behalf of the City of Pensacola and the Pensacola International Airport, I want to welcome you to our facility. I'm Dan Flynn. I'm your airport director. And what we want to do today is give you a little more information about the Pensacola International Airport and how we operate. So at the end of the day, you can see why we say Pensacola International Airport truly is where business takes flight. We want you to have a lot of information as to how we operate so you can go and spread this information to others at the airport because of some federal regulations that are in place, and we'll go into the federal government and how they impact us. The City of Pensacola cannot use any of the money that we generate to operate the airport other than the services that we use. So if we use the city's HR department, we use the city's risk management department, we use city police, we use city fire because we actually contract with them. We pay the city for those services, but they cannot take money from the airport just to operate parks or sanitation. Where do we get our money from? We get our money from direct user fees. Basically, if you are working at the Pensacola Airport, if you're providing services here at the airport, you're paying to operate this facility. My number one revenue source here at the airport, you're using it right now, is our parking operation. I have a budget of about $25 million to operate this facility. The parking is our number one revenue source out here. $5.8 million a year is what we generated last year from our parking operation at the airport. Our number two revenue source is the rental cars. So that is how we make money at the Pensacola Airport. It is not through tax dollars. It's through the entities who actually use the airport. Any of y'all remember seeing this aircraft a few years ago? It's a 747. It was from Bahrain. This is actually their version of Air Force One. We had a couple of Princes from Bahrain, two Princes. You know, Delta is our predominant carrier, 48% of our traffic. Then you have American. Then you have Southwest, United, Silver. Other than Silver, the four other carriers, Delta, American, Southwest, and United. Anyone know how much of the U.S. domestic market they control, those four carriers? About 90% of the U.S. domestic market is controlled by those four carriers. VTMAE is a company that has a very large presence up in Mobile. They are what's called an MRO, a maintenance, repair, and overhaul company. They do heavy maintenance on your air carrier type aircraft. We're building a facility. The mayor was very instrumental in landing this. It's going to be open hopefully this time next year. It's a 173,000 square foot hangar facility. It's large enough to accommodate two Boeing 777s, four 747s, or six A320s. It takes anywhere from 2,000 to 30,000 man hours per aircraft, depending upon the level of inspection that they're doing. But they're basically doing a very thorough airworthiness inspection of the aircraft. And if they find items, they're repairing the items, you know, recertifying the aircraft for flight, and then sending it back out to the airlines. It will have an employee base of approximately 400 individuals. This is an industry that this area hasn't seen since the mid-1990s. Are there a lot of individuals in this area who qualify for that kind of work? You better believe it. A lot of retired military or people who are getting ready to retire from the military. The schools in the area, VT has been working with George Stone and with Pensacola State College, and they already have aviation maintenance programs set up at both of those schools to provide a ready source of individuals for them. There are over 300 unique destinations that you can get to across the world from Pensacola. When you're flying, a lot of times you look at that airline magazine and you see their little map, their little route maps that they have. You like to see where the airline goes. Well, I was curious. I went to our air service folks and I said, I would like to see a route map with one connection from Pensacola. What does it look like? This is what it looks like. Those are the one connection opportunities out of Pensacola. How easy it is to connect the world to Pensacola International Airport.
Our overall budget is about $18 million a year is what we spend in the housing office. We have two key factors that really drive all our programs. First one being income guidelines. Every program has income qualifying guidelines. Most of the federal programs assist people at 80% or less Canadian median income. The state program has a couple strategies that actually will go up to 120%. I know a lot of times people think, oh, you're going to get these grant dollars, you're going to spend them, and away you go. There's a big planning process involved. All of our grants have to comply with a plan that we present to council, that council approves, and then it goes on to the agency, whether that's a federal or state agency, for them also to approve how we're going to spend those dollars. It can do anything from infrastructure improvements. So we've done things like work on community resource centers, parks, sidewalks. It also has a housing component. You'll see some of the things we do with that, like our home buyer and foreclosure prevention class. That was really designed right at the turn when the downturn in the economy, right, and the bubble burst, as we all know. And we realized there was a real need out there. We needed to help the community through that situation. So we set up the home buyer program, and that really deals with credit counseling, making sure that how to address your credit if you have bad credit, getting you prepared to be a good homeowner. The foreclosure prevention class spends a lot of time just educating people on predatory lending and how to, the warning signs for that and how to avoid it, even down to things like how to be a good consumer and shop for your insurance costs so that you aren't spending more than you should to keep you in a good, stable financial situation.